For thousands of years, the galaxy believed it had reached the highest level of civilization. Across millions of star systems, countless intelligent species had grown beyond their primitive beginnings and built magnificent societies among the stars. Massive cities floated in orbit around brilliant suns. Trade ships traveled safely across interstellar routes, and advanced technology had solved problems that once seemed impossible. Disease had nearly disappeared. Resources were shared among allied systems, and the idea of large-scale war had slowly faded into history. The civilizations of the galaxy believed they had finally escaped the violent past that had once threatened their survival. Long ago, the ancient species of the galaxy had fought terrible wars. Entire star systems had burned under the fires of conflict, and planets had nearly been destroyed by powerful weapons. Those ancient wars taught a painful lesson. If intelligent life continued fighting, it would eventually destroy itself. So, after centuries of conflict, the great civilizations came together and created a powerful alliance known as the Galactic Concord. It was not simply a political organization, it was a promise made by thousands of species that war would no longer be allowed to exist. Under the Concord's laws, military fleets were dismantled, heavy weapons were banned, and conflicts between civilizations were settled through diplomacy and negotiation. At first, many believed the peace would not last, but decades passed without conflict. Then, centuries. Slowly, war became something distant, something studied only in historical archives. New generations grew up without ever hearing the sound of battle or seeing the destruction of armed conflict. War had become a forgotten concept. This era of stability became known as the Age of Calm. During this time, scientific discoveries flourished, trade networks expanded, and exploration fleets traveled deeper into the galaxy than ever before. Civilizations that once feared invasion now focused on art, philosophy, and technology. Massive orbital universities were built where scholars from different species studied together. Diplomacy replaced aggression, and cooperation replaced competition. It was during this peaceful era that humanity finally reached the stars. Compared to most galactic civilizations, humans were young and relatively inexperienced. Their homeworld, Earth, existed in a quiet region of the Orion Arm, far from the powerful core systems of the Concord. When humans first developed faster-than-light travel and began exploring neighboring star systems, they were amazed to discover that the galaxy was already filled with intelligent life. The first contact between humans and alien civilizations was cautious but peaceful. The Concord had established strict diplomatic procedures for meeting new species, and humanity followed those protocols carefully. Within a few decades, Earth was officially welcomed into the Galactic Concord as a new member civilization. Many alien observers found humans fascinating. They were energetic, curious, and remarkably adaptable. Human artists quickly gained attention across multiple systems, their music and storytelling spreading through alien networks and cultural exchanges. Their scientists collaborated enthusiastically with alien researchers, sharing ideas and learning new technologies. However, there was something about humanity that made many older species uncomfortable: their history. Unlike most civilizations that had enjoyed long periods of stability before reaching space, human history was filled with conflict. For thousands of years, humans had fought wars on their own planet. Tribal wars, regional conflicts, and eventually global wars had shaped the development of human society. Entire nations had risen and fallen through violence. To the peaceful civilizations of the galaxy, this seemed primitive and tragic. Yet, those conflicts had also shaped humanity in ways the galaxy did not fully understand. Human technology had often advanced during times of crisis. Their scientists had learned to innovate under pressure. Their cultures had developed strategies for survival in hostile conditions. Most importantly, humans had spent centuries studying warfare, analyzing battles, recording tactics, and preserving military knowledge even after peace returned. While the galaxy slowly forgot war, humans continued remembering it. Still, many believed humanity had outgrown its violent past. After all, Earth had joined the Concorde peacefully and accepted its laws. Human fleets were mostly exploration vessels and cargo ships, just like those of other species. For several decades, everything seemed normal. Trade between Earth and alien worlds increased steadily. Human diplomats attended council meetings and participated in galactic politics. Tourists from other civilizations even visited Earth to experience human culture firsthand. Then one day, everything changed. The first warning came from a remote research colony located near the outer edge of Concorde territory. The colony suddenly stopped transmitting communications. At first, no one was concerned. Equipment failures happened occasionally, especially in distant systems affected by solar storms. A survey vessel was sent to investigate. It never returned. Soon after, another colony went silent. Then a mining station disappeared from the network. When long-range probes were finally sent to investigate, they transmitted disturbing fragments of data before being destroyed. Massive, unidentified ships had appeared in multiple systems. They attacked without warning. Entire planetary defenses were destroyed within minutes. Orbital stations that had been built over centuries were reduced to drifting wreckage. Cities on planetary surfaces were bombarded from orbit with devastating energy weapons. The attackers came from beyond the outer rim of the galaxy, from regions that had never been explored by the Concorde. They would eventually be known as the Carthix Dominion, and they had not come for diplomacy. They had come for conquest. The Dominion fleets moved with terrifying efficiency. Their ships were heavily armored and equipped with weapons far more powerful than anything the Concorde possessed. They attacked strategically, eliminating communications and defensive infrastructure before striking population centers. Within weeks, several entire systems had been destroyed. The Concorde was completely unprepared. For centuries, its fleets had served primarily as patrol vessels and exploration ships. Their weapons were minimal, designed mostly for asteroid mining or emergency defense. Their crews had never experienced real combat. When the first Concorde fleet attempted to confront a Dominion armada, the result was catastrophic. The battle lasted less than an hour. Dominion warships moved aggressively through the defending formation, coordinating their attacks with brutal precision. Their weapons tore through enemy shields as if they were paper. Boarding crafts penetrated hulls and eliminated crews with terrifying speed. The defending fleet was destroyed almost completely. Across the galaxy, panic spread rapidly. Trade routes collapsed as civilian ships fled towards safer systems. Governments declared states of emergency. Entire populations began evacuating vulnerable planets. Emergency sessions of the Galactic Council were held continuously. But there was one terrifying truth no one wanted to admit. The galaxy had forgotten how to fight. Military strategy had not been studied seriously for centuries. Warship designs no longer existed in modern shipyards. Combat training programs had been abandoned generations ago. The Concorde had created a peaceful galaxy, but it had also created a galaxy that could not defend itself. As the Dominion continued advancing deeper into Concorde territory, desperate leaders searched for any possible solution. That's when someone finally mentioned humanity. At first, the idea seemed almost absurd. Humans were still considered a young species among the ancient civilizations. But one historian reviewing Earth's records noticed something important. Humanity had not forgotten war. Their historical archives contained thousands of detailed studies about strategy, tactics, and military psychology. Even during peaceful periods, human scholars continued analyzing past conflicts in order to understand them. Reluctantly, the Galactic Council sent a request for help to Earth. Human representatives listened carefully as the situation was explained. Images of destroyed worlds were displayed in the council chamber. Reports described Dominion fleets overwhelming every defense. When the presentation ended, the chamber fell silent. Many alien delegates expected fear. Instead, the human commander studying the data leaned back calmly and asked a simple question. Is that all the information you have? Within hours, teams of human analysts began reviewing battle recordings and sensor data. They studied Dominion ship formations, weapon patterns, and tactical movements. Their conclusion shocked the Council. The Dominion was powerful, but it was not unstoppable. The next day, the human commander addressed the Council again. "We can fight them," he said calmly. Many alien delegates were deeply disturbed by the certainty in his voice. One ancient ambassador finally asked the question everyone was thinking: how? The human commander gave a small, confident smile. "Because," he said quietly, "you forgot how war works. Humans didn't." Within weeks, the first human fleet arrived at the front lines. The ships looked nothing like the elegant vessels of the Concorde. They were larger, heavier, and built with thick layers of reinforced armor. Massive railguns extended from rotating